Coming up, Chris McCullough is leaving Syracuse, what this means for next year's team.
Plus, Syracuse experienced some unreasonably warm weather today. We'll tell you how long it's going to stick around.
And parking on Euclid could be changing soon. We'll tell you what the plans the city are considering.
All that and more, you're watching Citrus TV News live at 6. Well, the sun was shining today, and I think I even heard some birds singing this morning.
We had an unseasonably warm day today, only a light jacket, if even that was needed walking to class.
Good evening, I'm Darrow.
And I'm Amanda Hari. The temperatures got all the way up to 60 degrees today.
Students were out laying in the quad this afternoon, soaking up the sun. Here's a live look at the quad right now. It's not as crowded as it was earlier this afternoon.
And they had to get out while they could because it's already starting to get cloudy, and we could be seeing some rain and even snow this weekend. Jamie Weiss will have more on our weekend forecast coming up. SU's 4th annual blood battle against Boston College kicked off today in Sadler and Boland halls. A total of 10 blood drives will be held in various halls across campus, sponsored by the Red Cross and the Division of Student Affairs. This year's theme is the Drive for 500. They hope to collect at least 500 donations this month. Accounting students in the Whitman School will be giving help with taxes. Hosted by the Beta Alpha Psi Free Tax Assistance Group, they'll be able to answer questions about individual federal and New York State tax returns. They'll be in the Whitman Building's main lobby from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Spelman College is welcoming an SU alumna as their new president. The Board of Trustees named Mary Campbell as the 10th president of the school. Currently a professor at New York University, Campbell will start her new position August 1st.
The first Enactus program benefit concert is coming to a local thrift store. The show will take place on Saturday at 6 p.m. in 315 Thrift Store in Marshall Square Mall and feature performances from Riley Mann and local artist Seth Dollar. All proceeds will go towards the rescue mission. Tickets can be purchased from artists or members of the Enactus, and they will also be available at the door. Parking on Euclid Avenue just off main campus could soon be a thing of the past. Replacing the parking lane with bike lanes is one of 4 options the city is considering. A total of 72 spaces would be lost if it was replaced by 2 bike lanes. Some of the plans include parking in the reconfiguration of the street.
Easter Sunday is just around the corner, which means egg hunts galore around Syracuse. Citrus TV's Josh Bazan tells us about an unusual egg hunt that's not just for kids.
Easter just around the corner, egg hunts are springing up all over central New York. Families get a chance to celebrate the holiday together, but at this egg hunt, it's not the children who do the hunting. Dogs of all sizes got to celebrate the Easter holiday at Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare in Cicero. The pooches enjoyed treats all day long and got their pictures taken in the Easter-themed photo booth. The event is called April Showers Bring Muddy Paws, and it benefits Recyclable Bully Breed Rescue.
The only way we can pay and care for all these dogs are through people donating money for us.
Recyclable rescues neglected, abused, and abandoned pit bulls from across central New York. The organization knows there are a lot of negative stereotypes surrounding the pit bull breed.
So we're here to disprove those myths. Pit bulls were once nanny dogs. You know, they used to take care of the kids. Helen Keller had a pit bull. They're great, great family dogs.
This is Mia.
Amanda Pollard has been a foster parent for Recyclable for almost 2 years. The organization doesn't have a shelter, so it relies on volunteers like Amanda to help house the rescued pit bulls.
And then when we've started fostering these guys, you just see how much love and loyalty there is within this breed.
Mia was originally posted for sale online, and Amanda says Recyclable is making sure she gets placed in a good home.
There's something so special knowing that every night when we go to bed that this puppy who was listed on Craigslist, who could have ended up in a really unsafe situation, is safe and vocal and happy.
Mia's just one of the dogs available for adoption here at the April Showers Bring Muddy Paws Easter egg hunt.
4 other pit bulls looking for permanent homes joined in the fun at the Easter egg hunt. Amanda says these rescue dogs help disprove negative stereotypes about the breed.
Letting people know that the vicious pit bulls are usually the ones that are kissing your face and sitting on your lap, and they're incredible.
In Cicero, Josh Bazan, Citrus TV News.
The jury is out in the case of Dr. Robert Newlander. He was found guilty of second-degree murder of his wife, Leslie, and also tampering with evidence. The jury was in its fourth day of deliberation when they came to a decision. Leslie was found dead in their home back in 2012.
Syracuse now ranks 28th across the United States for bedbug infestations. This is according to Orkin's annual list of bedbug cities. The ranking is down 14 spots from last year when Syracuse ranked 14th. The ranking comes from the number of bedbug treatments Orkin performs in each area. The number one city is Chicago, followed by Detroit. And for the first time in the New York Boy Scouts history, an openly gay Eagle Scout will work as a summer camp leader. This is against the national organization's ban on openly gay adult members. The Scout has been an advocate for gay Scouts and leaders within the Boy Scouts and is being praised as an exemplary candidate for a camp leader by a board member on the Boy Scouts Greater New York Council.
Duke University is conducting an investigation after a noose was found hanging from a tree last night. The noose was found at about 2 in the morning and follows a pattern of racist incidents over the past few weeks. Duke President Richard Bowhead will be meeting with the school's Black Student Alliance to talk about the campus atmosphere for Black students.
Stanford University is changing their requirements for financial aid from the university.
Families with an annual income of assets less than $125,000 will not have to pay a cent towards tuition. This is up from the previous requirement of $100,000.
And families with an income of less than $65,000 could get free room and board. This is also up from $60,000.
Without financial aid, annual cost to go to Stanford is around $65,000.
And when we come back, plans for the nuclear deal with Iran were announced today. Why President Obama says this is just the beginning.
But first, a religious freedom bill has raised some eyebrows in both Arkansas and Indiana. The changes being made in both states.
Syracuse, it is currently 60 degrees under partly cloudy skies. We're expecting to see some rain moving into tonight, a lot of wind, and a lot of fog in the morning. Stay tuned for my full weather forecast after the break.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I think that Citrus TV is important because especially this year, Syracuse has been in the news so often, and we've often been there first to be able to cover that and really deliver it to the students.
Citrus TV News is for our campus and our students.
The great thing about Citrus is we allow students to tell their stories, and we get to listen to their concerns.
Citrus is important because we cover campus news in a way that no one else really does.
Citrus TV is the voice of Syracuse University, and it's something we're very proud of and a responsibility that we take very seriously.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Indiana's legislature is also making changes to the Religious Freedom Bill, which was passed last week. The changes state that it does does not allow businesses to refuse services to gays or other minority groups. The bill leads to protests across the state. Political leaders in the state hope the new version will not lead to discrimination. And we've just found out this bill has passed.
Reaching the agreement to clarify the law, which will unequivocally state, as the Speaker said, in the strongest possible terms that Indiana's RFRA law does not and will not be able to discriminate against anyone, anywhere, at any time.
Arkansas now has their own religious freedom law. Governor Asa Hutchinson signed the revised bill this afternoon. He had asked the state legislature to take another look at the bill after recent controversy arose over a similar law in Indiana. Opponents of the bill called for language that gives protection against discrimination to gay and lesbian couples. After being indicted on corruption charges, Senator Robert Menendez has vowed to remain in place, calling the charges false and outrageous. The senator is accused of accepting money and gifts in exchange for settling Medicare disputes for one of his donors. Menendez has since stepped down from the position on the Foreign Relations Committee.
California is parched. They're facing the 4th year of a drought drying up lands across the state. Their snow reserve is almost half of what it was last year, prompting the governor to mandate water restrictions to try and reduce the amount of water by 20%.
You realize we're in a new era. The idea of your nice little green grass getting lots of water every day, that's going to be a thing of the past.
The first time water usage restriction in the state's history has been put into place.
Today, a decision was reached on Iran's nuclear program. According to a Union Affairs official, Iran will no longer produce weapons-grade fuel, and officials will have access to Iran's nuclear facilities. Iran also wants their sanctions lifted, but the U.S. wants them in place until Iran follows through on the deal. The deal was called a, quote, historic understanding by President Obama. The president also noted that this is just the first step.
Our work is not yet done. The deal has not been signed. Between now and the end of June, the negotiators will continue to work through the details of how this framework will be fully implemented, and those details matter.
Crew members are still missing after a Russian trawler sank in the northern Pacific Ocean last night. Russian officials say there was a large amount of ice in the area, which may have damaged the ship. The ship was also over capacity and sank in just 15 minutes in freezing water. More than 60 people have been rescued so far from the site, and 50 are dead following the incident.
4 people are dead and 45 injured after an oil rig exploded in the Gulf of Mexico. The rig was located in shallow waters, allowing workers to escape. According to officials, there was no spill from the explosion. The rig was run by Pemex, which has had several recent incidents involving their facilities, including a fire at a natural gas plant in 2012. And Al-Shabaab is claiming responsibility for the attack at Garissa University College, which allegedly targeted Christians. An Islamic militant group out of Somalia killed almost 150 people at a university in Kenya this morning. Kenyan officials have since posted a most wanted notice for Mohammed Mohamud, the man who they say is connected to the attack. Well, Amanda, the clouds are starting to roll in again, and rain is once again in our future.
Yeah, and Jamie, when are we going to actually see these warmer temperatures sticking around?
Well, Amanda, we are going to see some of these warmer temperatures going into tomorrow morning, but unfortunately, doesn't look like the warm weather's here just yet. So currently 60 degrees outside, mostly cloudy as we look at full weather forecast. As we look at our weather across the area, we are seeing 60 and 50 degree temperatures, which is great for today. I know it was so nice being outside, wearing those shorts, not wearing a parka every single day. Looking at our forecast across the radar, you do see a lot of rain moving in from Buffalo, from Rochester, and as we look at our surface temperature, we see that low pressure system pushing it towards central New York and towards Syracuse. Checking into tonight, we are going to see that rain, 90% chance of precipitation starting around probably 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to see a lot of fog in the morning. A lot of that rain probably won't last into tomorrow morning. It's going to create a lot of fog, but we will see some sun in the afternoon along with those 60-degree temperatures. And tomorrow and the rest of the week, we will see some more precipitation throughout the week. There's a small chance of snow on Saturday and Sunday, with more rain coming up on Monday. 60 degrees on Thursday and Friday, heading back into the 30s. And it will be pretty much warmer, so not too much warm weather coming up.
Coming up with a new season of House of Cards out on Netflix, you might be tempted to watch it all at once, but a new study shows binge watching is bad for your health.
Plus, Ryan Reynolds welcomes a new baby with his wife, Blake Lively. The odd thing he whispers in his baby's ear. We'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Well, B.O. be gone. Scientists in England have discovered more about the bacteria that lives in your armpits. It breaks down your sweat molecules, causing that unpleasant smell. Scientists feel they now can target this bacteria to eliminate smell better than current products that only stop sweat temporarily or mask the smell for 12 to 24 hours. Doctors are also trying to combat the overuse of antibiotics by giving tips on self-diagnosing when an illness is viral or bacterial. Sinus infections account for 20% of all antibiotic prescriptions, but most cases of sinusitis are viral infections, not bacterial. Ear, nose, and throat doctors say it's easy. If you're still sick after 10 days or you have gotten worse, you most likely need antibiotics. If not, it's just a virus. I'm currently watching many shows on Netflix, but did you know those TV marathons can be harmful to your health? Scientists have found that every hour spent sitting in front of a TV can increase the chance of diabetes by nearly 4% in people already at risk for the disease. And for an all-day binge, it could be as much as a 30% chance. Researchers say that people who spend more time sitting generally increase their risk of diabetes.
Just a couple of years ago, Americans were struggling to keep their homes from being foreclosed. But now a new report has come out saying that more homeowners are looking to buy that second home, a good sign in a recovering economy. More Americans bought vacation homes last year than in 2013, the highest level of vacation home purchases since 2003. And the preferred vacation home spot? The beach.
Although he has a new role in Hollywood, actor Ryan Reynolds is trying to prove himself as one of the best dads in the region. Reynolds and his wife, actress Blake Lively, had their daughter James just 3 months ago, and he's already concerned about her future.
I worry that my daughter's going to want to go into show business. I like to whisper in her ear, like really like normal, everyday jobs.
Like what?
You're going to be a flight attendant.
It's a good life.
A barista.
In And singer Avril Lavigne is back after a scary case of Lyme disease. The disease, which you can contract from an infected tick, left the Canadian singer and songwriter bedridden for 5 months. Lavigne says she felt lethargic, lightheaded, and barely ate for months. The singer is set to release her new single this month, which is in support of the 2015 Special Olympics.
Up next in sports, we'll have more on Chris McCullough heading to the pros, and SU lacrosse is back in action tonight. We'll have a full preview of that game when Citrus TV News returns.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. Now she's holding on for dear life.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
It's another year, and that means another Syracuse basketball player is leaving early for the NBA draft. Freshman forward Chris McCullough will enter the NBA draft, according to multiple reports today. McCullough didn't play for the majority of the season, after tearing his ACL in his right knee back in January against Florida State. In 16 games McCullough played in this year, the freshman averaged more than 9 points and nearly 7 rebounds per game. McCullough also told Adrian Wojnarowski of Yahoo Sports today that his girlfriend is expecting to give birth later this month, and that played a big part in his decision. This move by McCullough comes about a week before Syracuse recruit and Rochester native Thomas Bryant is expected to decide where he'll attend. Today, the Federation of International Lacrosse announced that the 2015 World Indoor Lacrosse Championship will be hosted by Onondaga Nation, with the finals taking place in the Carrier Dome. The event will take place this year from September 18th to the 27th. 13 national teams will be attending the tournament, including the defending national champion Canada, who defeated the Iroquois Nation in the 2011 championship, which was held in Prague. There's also a lacrosse game in the Dome tonight, and it's a good one. Number 9 Albany takes on number 2 Syracuse. The Orange is coming off its first loss of the season, a 13-12 double OT defeat to Notre Dame, the reason Syracuse lost its top ranking. The Orange has been playing recently without attackman Randy Stotts with what the team has been calling a lower body injury. Stotts was injured back on March 14th in the Orange's win over Johns Hopkins. He's not expected to play tonight. This matchup with Albany is the first time this season Syracuse hasn't played on a weekend. Here's what head coach John Desko had to say about another top 10 matchup for the Cuse. Well, we apologize for that, but afterwards you can hear all the sound from Don Desko. After the game, be sure to tune in to Orange Press Pass right here on the Orange Television Network. That's at 11 p.m. Syracuse softball is set to play its first game at home tomorrow this season in an afternoon doubleheader against North Carolina. Now, looking at the calendar, this wouldn't be a big deal for a Major League Baseball team, but the Orange started its season on February 6th. Syracuse was supposed to play at home on March 24th, but that was pushed back twice due to poor field conditions. Now to the NBA, moving to some pro hoops. Nets taking on the Knicks last night at Madison Square Garden. Early on, for the Nets, Darren Williams scores. He had 18 points of his 26, all came in the first half. Andrea Bargnani for the Knicks tips in a Ricky Leto miss. Bargnani with 17 of his 22 came in the first half. Now in the fourth quarter, Nets up by 6. Langston Galloway pulls up from 3 from the top of the key. He finished with 13 points. And here's Shane Larkin, dishes to Cleanthony early for 3. Early had 14 points off the bench, tie game at 98. Then with 8 seconds left, Darren Williams in the lane, misses the runner. The birthday boy, Brooke Lopez, turned 27 yesterday, puts in the tip in. And Nets go up by 2. Now with just 2 seconds left, Knicks' last chance from 3. It's an air ball, though, Cleanthony early. And the Nets escape with the win. Brooklyn stays a half game ahead of the Celtics for that 8th spot in the East.
So, Tim, let's talk Chris McCullough for a moment. What was the social media and just students' reaction to his departure today?
I think it was a little bit surprising because we were hearing rumblings earlier on in the offseason that he was going to stay here, especially because of that ACL tear. So I think it's a little surprising, but not as surprising when you look at the money and look what you can get going to the NBA, and especially with all the recruits Syracuse has coming in next season.
Tim Langlois, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
So, Jamie, what are we going to see tomorrow morning?
Well, tomorrow morning we are going to see a lot of that fog rolling in from the rain tonight, but it shouldn't be too heavy. By the afternoon, it'll pick up and we'll see some sun.
Jamie, I never know what to wear living here in Syracuse. What should I wear tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow it will be in the 60s, so probably if you have an early morning class, maybe a light jacket or a rain jacket for the fog. There might be a tiny bit of rain, but you can mainly just wear shorts, enjoy that 60-degree weather while it's still here.
I will. Thank you, Jamie.
And finally tonight, Bruno Mars' hit song Uptown Funk is the longest-running #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 and the 10th single to spend at least 13 weeks at the #1 spot.
And newborn babies in Kentucky are already gathering apparel from the UK basketball team. A hospital in Lexington is giving each baby a Wildcat onesie. UK is set to take on Wisconsin this Sunday in Indianapolis, so the babies will have something to wear to cheer on the team.
Sounds like a great plan for those babies. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Max Darrow.
And I'm Amanda Hari. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for breaking news and behind-the-scenes extras.
Subscribe to our YouTube for all the latest news, sports, and entertainment news. Have a great night, Syracuse.